My name is Miss Lawrence, and today we are going to take a look at the flute. And the flute is part of the woodwind family of instruments, and I'm going to show you just piece by piece what the flute looks like and how to put it together. So our first piece is going to be the head joint, which looks like this. And the parts of the head joint that are especially important are the lip plate, which is this plate right here, and the tone hole. And this is how our sound is going to be produced. So what we're going to do is put our bottom lip on the lip plate like this, and we're going to blow our air across the opposite side. So the air is going to be splitting the tone hole. About half of it is going to go out of the flute and half of it's going to go in. And it's going to depend a lot of the time on what type of, if you're playing high notes or really low notes, that's going to change a little bit, but mostly it's going to be splitting across the tone hole. And when you do that, you should have a little bit of moisture on the opposite side, kind of in a little triangle, and that'll tell you that you're blowing into it just about the right amount. So it should look like this. It's a little triangle of moisture that tells me that I'm blowing into it the right way. So let's move on to our second piece of the flute, which is our body. This is the body of the flute. And what we have here are open holes, and you'll see more open holes once you get into high school, the college level. A lot of open hole flutes are more popular because it's a warmer sound. A lot of your beginning flutes are going to have these plugged up. Still sounds beautiful, and you can always move on to an open hole flute like this. And what we have are open holes here, and we have our pads underneath, and then we have another hole drilled underneath. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to put different combinations of our fingers down for different notes. So that lets us play scales, lets us play songs and pieces in band, and that's what allows for the different notes that we can play. And our last piece is going to be the foot joint, which looks like this. And the foot joint's going to go right at the end, and that just has these little sliding keys, and this pinky key right here, and that just lets us play a bigger variety of notes, especially lower notes. And then we're going to put this together. So I like to hold it right here, right at the top, so I'm not crushing any of the keys. And then to not damage this, I'm going to twist it on. And what I'm going to do is make sure, I'm going to look down the flute like this and make sure that my tone hole is just about in line with this first key. And I'm going to do about the same thing with the foot joint. So I'm going to twist that on as well, and then make sure that this lever right here, this bar, is going to be in line with just about the middle of these keys. So now we have our flute set up. You're going to have your left hand going towards you and over the flute, and then you're going to have your right hand going away from you, but also over the flute. And you're going to balance this joint of your left hand on your pointer finger right here. Another balance point is going to be your thumb on the same hand on the back, and then your other thumb on your right hand is going to also be a balance point for you so you don't drop the flute. I'm going to play a little bit for you. Okay, that's just a little bit about the flute. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.